Hello, my name is Trydar. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a Roman amphitheater in Minecraft. Let's get started. So firstly, let us take a look at our Roman amphitheater. As you can see, it is arranged in three distinct layers like the Colosseum in Rome. Also, like the Colosseum in Rome, it is arranged in an elliptical design here. As you can see from the phases we'll be taking a look at. On top of it, we have a generous red awning stretched over the space below, providing a shade from the sun. Down here, of course, we have an elliptical arena floor, and we have two discrete layers of seats around here as well for you to sit on, a colonnade behind that, and of course a prominent place here for the emperor to sit on his diamond and quartz throne. And there are a number of ways for you to get into the Colosseum. All of these doorways here are not just decorational, they are functional. So on the lowest level, we have a space down here for the gladiators to enter in. They have their own passageways down here beneath the stadium floor. If we walk to the other end, we do have some locker rooms for them. So it does curve all the way around, like so. And through these doors, we have a nice locker room here for the gladiators to store their equipment in. They have their own entrance down here, by the way. Two entrances on either side of the emperor's box here. Just like was in the Colosseum, you would have a gladiator and his opponent enter from opposing sides. They would meet in the middle and pretty much fight to the death, I believe. And if we enter back down here, go through these doors. Here, this is underneath the arena itself. I have not put any dividing chambers down here because I have left this space hollow, as I assume that some of you will want to put some redstone traps and devices down here to interact with the floor or the people that are walking above it up there to create some interesting challenges. So there is a large amount of space down here for you to install those. And of course, the arena floor, as you can see, it is solid obsidian here, by the way. And I have done this so if you want to use, say, TNT or something, and there you can do so without having your arena blow up on you entirely. Conversely, if you want to, you can remove the arena floor and flood the arena itself if you want to make a boat battle in there, just like the ancient Romans did. So if we take one of these entrances over here, we can see that we have a series of ambulatory passageways around this layer, which will lead us out to these seats here. And every one of these white diorite entrances here, they have passageways behind them, just like the actual Colosseum does. So you can go up and down and back over and all around in pretty much any way you want to get around your Colosseum, or rather your amphitheater. So now that I have given you a good tour of this, I believe it's time to take a look at the bill of materials you are going to need to construct this fine Roman edifice. And it's not too bad. So you will be needing 6,216 blocks of diorite, 56,648 blocks of cobblestone. That's the most of anything you're going to need. 1,616 oak planks, 1,077 blocks of sand for the arena floor, 24 oak tree trunks, 1,336 blocks of red wool for the awning, or if you want to have another color for your awning in place of the red wool, make a substitution, but use this number. For the seats, you will need 1,241 smooth stone double slabs, or if you're counting these individually, you will need 2,482. You will need 44 cobblestone slabs, 54 nether brick slabs, 1 quartz slab for the Emperor's throne, 70 stone brick slabs, 1,507 blocks of obsidian for the arena floor. But if you're not going to be using TNT and you're not worried about blowing up the floor, I suppose you can convert this to maybe blackstone or more cobblestone. You will need lots of torches to light the whole thing up. 2 diamond blocks for the Emperor's throne. 1,279 cobblestone stairs, 1,064 oak fences, 2 blocks of netherrack or campfires, 7,653 blocks of stone bricks, 2,380 stone brick stairs. You will not you will not be needing any sheep for this tutorial. 5 quartz stairs, 42 doors, and 120 blocks of red nether brick. All right. So now that we have taken a look at that, let's start the tutorial itself. And as I remarked, the netherrack is being used down here on either side of the Emperor's throne. But it occurs to me that in survival, I don't know what the burn radius for netherrack is, and the extremely flammable canopy is directly above this. So you might want to switch these 2 blocks here for campfires, just as an aside before we start. All right, so as you can see, let us start here with the lowest level, the foundation for the amphitheater itself. And with that, we will start with the dimensions. Now, the dimensions for your Roman amphitheater are 81 blocks on the short side, back this way, 99 blocks long, back that way, and 44 blocks tall from the bottom block all the way to the decorative finials on the top there. So these are the total dimensions. We just squeaked in under 100 on this. So if you want to, you can, to help you get your bearings, you can make a big box and level it out of 81 by 99. And we will start, I think, over here. And I need to give you the block counts for the arc of this. Actually, we'll start on the short side. So this is the side over here that's 88 blocks long. And I think we will start right here. So from here back down to here, that is going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks. And right in the middle of this, if you want to, you can draw a center line. Like so. And that will poke out the other side of the building there. And as we go, there's really only going to be, because of the Emperor's box, there's going to be one line of symmetry. It's going to go that way. So as we go, I'll probably show you how to do about half the Colosseum. But recognize that what you do is going to be a mirror image, pretty much, for most things in all 4 sections. So I think I said that was 15. So then you want to build 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2 diagonal, 2, 2 diagonal again, and then 2 here, 1, another 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2 again, 3, 3, a third 3, 6, and then a long run of what? 1, 2, 3, 19 blocks. And then you want to trace that arc back again for 6, 3, 3, and 3. Then 2, 2, and 2. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and I think 15 again. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 there. And of course your center line that I mentioned will be poking out the other side there, right in the middle of that. Alright, now as I mentioned, there is a second center line, which is really the main center line, which is going to be coming out of the building, which is going to be right through here. And we will want to have that on the other side as well. So if you want to lay down some survey lines while you're building this, to make sure you get the block counts correct, I suggest you go over the foundation like 2 or 3 times to make sure that you have gotten the block counts correct for the ellipse, the foundation of the amphitheater. So let me just go back over that slowly from the top down, from where we started, and show you all of this in profile so you can see it again to double check your work. Now, as we go, I don't expect you to be doing this in real time, so remember, just pause the video and replicate the block patterns that you see on your screen. After this next phase, we will be going up in slices of 2 blocks, which means that each subsequent slice I will be showing you will be 2 blocks taller than the previous slice. So we're starting with 1 block, then going to 2, and then it will be 4, 6, and 8, and so on and so forth until we finish. All right, and I should also remark at this time that this entire world I'm showing you here is available for download in the video description. So if anything I show you here is too difficult for you, you can download the world and come here and see it for yourself. All right, so once you have traced out your red wool, you probably want to go ahead and fill in the entire foundation with a solid layer of cobblestone. And on top of that, we are going to be placing this pattern here. So let me give you a good top-down view of that before we start. Now, as I mentioned, this side of the Colosseum is symmetrical to this side over here. So the left side along this red center line, down the block, down the block side that is 99 blocks wide, the widest side, the right side will be symmetrical to the left side. So let's zoom in on that and take this 1 block at a time. We're going to do this phase fairly slow because this is, again, a foundational phase. And after that, things will be building directly on top of this, but we can go a little bit quicker. All right. So over here, let's start on the side that was 88 blocks long. Here is our center line that we drew before. And 1 block back from that, you then want to stamp down the cobblestone, and you don't really have to use the dowel right here in the middle. You can just do 5 by 5 of cobblestone like that there. The intercollimation distance on these is going to be, in general, 2 blocks. So for here, it's actually starting for 3 blocks over here. And then you want to build 1 more there. So let me show you that from the top down. These ones at the front are all directly beside each other and spaced 2 blocks apart. They are always spaced 1 block back, or sometimes 2, depending on how the ellipse is framed from the side here. So these are the foundations for the columns that we will be building. That's what we're doing here, just this lowest level. And we are placing them down like this here. And I think from this point here, you then want to go over 4 blocks and then place another one right here. And from this point here, it's 3 blocks. Place another one. And then here, it's 4 blocks, back 2, and place another one. And then, block shouldn't be there. Take a look at that. Is that a mistake? Yes, there's a slight okay, I missed those because they're cobblestone. All right, so you don't want to be building those blocks. There's always a couple of stray blocks I will miss and not see until I do the tutorial. And you want to go over 4 blocks from that one, back 2, and then place your 5 blocks of cobble. And then over 2 blocks there, back 3, and place 5 more blocks of cobble, over 2, back 3, 5 more, then over, 1, and then back 4 for this one here. Then the same again for that, back 4, and then place, and then back 4, but also over here, just tangent to that, place that again, and then here again for that over 4 blocks, place those, and then we have a 3 block space in the middle here for our center line that is running through the 99 block wide phase. So the good news is all the columns are symmetrical. So once you have arranged the columns like that for 1/4, you then want to go around and mirror that over here for the next quarter. Not placing those. And then you want to mirror the entire section again. You should have now 1/4 and then another quarter, which will give you half. And then mirror the entire thing again, just the same way, along the other half until you get all the way back around to the front. All right, now directly back from that, we need to start tracing out the foundation walls for the seats. So over here at our 88 block wide level, we then want to place the first section of a series of stairs right here, 3 blocks of cobblestone stairs, 2 blocks of diorite on either side of that. Here's our center line running through there, by the way. And then we want to trace out 3, 3, the third 3, then 2 here, and then a block of diorite. We'll come back to the corridor in a moment. Skip over 2 blocks here, 1 block of diorite, 1 block of cobble, and then a diagonal run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 blocks of cobble, 1 block of diorite, 3 blocks of cobblestone stairs right here, 1 block of diorite, 2 blocks of cobble, 2 more, 2 again, 3, and then 1 block of diorite here. 1 block of diorite there, 2 blocks of gap here, 2 blocks of cobble there, 5 blocks of cobble there, and then 1 block of diorite, 3 block gap for our cobblestone stairs right there, 1 block of diorite, and then 5 blocks of cobble, 2 here, and then diorite again. And these blocks right here, this is equivalent to what you just did over here. So let me zoom out on all of that. And that is going to be another quarter of the outer wall of the Colosseum laid down for you. So you want to mirror that pattern going around that way for a second quarter, and then mirror it again to complete the other half until you get all the way around again. All right. Back here for the, I think this was the locker room. So we have our center line running through here. So if we use our center line here, we want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of diorite. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. 1 block here, 3 blocks here, and then a diagonal run of 6 blocks here to get back to our entrance. And if we continue our center line through here, this is the access way to get up to the arena. So we have 2 blocks of diorite there, 1 block of cobblestone stairs here, 4 blocks there, 4 here, and then 5 here to get back to our center line again for that section there. So that's the foundation for the locker complete. Of course, you can see we have some of the doors in profile there. So on the other side, we want to trace out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks of diorite for the corridor, just directly across from those, like so. And then we want to, with the diorite again, 2, then 1, then a diagonal run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2 diagonal, 2 again, 3, 3, and then we turn the corner for a straight run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. And then a 2 block gap here, which you already have laid down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks there, and then 2, and then a straight run of 3, 15 blocks. And then these 3 blocks over here are a mirror image of these 3 over here, so you can continue that around again, and that will be the outermost ring of the walls in here. So we have a little bit more to take a look at. So we have a 2-block gap here, and then a diagonal of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2. Then a skip of 2 blocks here, then 4, and then a straight run of, what's that going to be? 13 blocks. And at this point, somewhere around here, we should have our center line running through the 99 block wide section. Right there. So let's go back and trace out these last few blocks here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 diagonal, 2, 2, then 4, 4 again, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13 blocks again. Of course, we have our center line running through here, and if you want to, you can extend these, and they will meet in the middle right there. So let me give you a good slow view of this for the top down with all of the red now placed on it. Of course, I'm using the red like a laser pointer because the red is very visible against the gray tones of everything in here. So it's much easier for you to see. So everything has now been counted out for you for the base, for the foundations of the seats, and also the columns themselves. So once you have done that, this is 1/4 of the amphitheater. You want to stamp that on the other side of the center line, mirror that over here, and then mirror the entire thing for the other half until you have something resembling this here. All right, with that long-winded explanation for that out of the way, we can now begin to make a bit more progress. So for this next phase here, we are going up 2 blocks taller than what we did. So the last phase, that ended right here. So on top of that, we will be now doing 2 more blocks. So as we go, focus in on this 2-block slice here, and subsequent slices will be 2 blocks taller than that. And in this way, we will be 3D printing the entire thing from the bottom up. So let's start here at the 88 block wide section. I think we're going to do that for the rest of the tutorial. We'll be starting right here at the front, or along the side, depending on where you want the front to be. You already have established the cobblestone bases for these pillars. So you then want to go around and place right side up stone brick stairs, 4 of those, around those. And we're going to be building our diorite columns in the middle of those over there. So, like we saw when we did the tour. So every place you stamped one of these, let me just fade this back. Every place you placed one of these 5-block cobblestone crosses, you then want to come along and place your columns and your stone brick stairs on top of those, and do that for every single column all the way around the perimeter of the amphitheater. All right. Now behind that, you then want to continue the cobblestone that we laid out for 1 additional block. But then behind that, you then want to cut that in for 1 block all the way around. And here is also a view of one of the first stairwells. So all the stairwells, they have door frames that are outlined in diorite, like you see done here. And they continue up with the cobblestone stairs, like this here. And it's just barely going to miss the locker room back here, which we'll come back to that in a moment. Let's talk about the exterior more first. So back here we have, as I've said, you want to go around and cut in one block when you are 3 blocks high, as you see done here. And here's the view, of course, of the corridor. And another entranceway here. Here we have our cobblestone stairs. They're sort of bent inwards, like this here, to make this diagonal stairwell. Things get rather messy in this particular corridor, just because it is a diagonal stairwell on an ellipse. So, and we only have blocks to do that with, so things can get rather messy over here. And just build this in any way that will allow you to just go straight up and down. And along the side here, we have the views of the cutback in the cobblestone, another entranceway here for the gladiators level. And along the side here, we have, here's our center line running through here on the 99 block wide level. And once you have done that, of course, it's the same again for the next quarter and then the next half around the amphitheater. So let's go ahead and take a look at the locker room in here. Now you can design this in any way you choose. There's, of course, a little bench here made out of cobblestone stairs and slabs. And we have some doors here being used as makeshift lockers. The whole thing is outlined in diorite. Back here, we have the beginnings of the entranceway to get up to the arena floor. It's just a very narrow corridor. Over here, we have the oak tree trunks you're using. You're putting them on their sides to serve as beams here, as lintels for the doorways. Right here, of course, these doors down here are optional. If you don't want to have those, you don't really have to. And I like to divide things off. Now on the interior corridors, wherever you put on the ring of diorite that I outlined for you with all the red in the last phase, just fill all that in 2 blocks taller with cobblestone, and then go ahead and fill it in solid. But I suppose you could leave some of this down here hollow if you want to create additional spaces. But there's not going to be all that much space down there for that. But if you want to save maybe a quarter off of your cobblestone bill, you can begin to leave areas like these hollow, like that there, and just trace out with the red wool here. Just have that be your walls, and everything I didn't fill in with that remain hollow. But cobblestone is not hard to come by, so I generally fill these in solid with that. So let me give you a good top-down view of this phase here. Again, you're just extending everything 2 blocks up according to the foundations that you already laboriously built in the previous phase. So make sure you have all of that double-checked and everything. And then go ahead and extend things up. All right, let's move on to the next phase. We will begin, of course, over here. You want to be extending your column drums up 2 blocks more of diorite all the way around for every column. Behind that, we have the doorway here and the stairs extending straight up according to this pattern here. And then once we get past this level, where we were, well, we were on that level here. So you're building another ring of cobblestone, and then on top of that you want to put a layer of stone bricks like you see here. This is done for decoration to give our build a bit more texture. In other words, this level is going to be 2 blocks of cobble and then 1 layer of stone bricks. And I believe for the rest of the building it's going to be 2 more layers of cobble and then 1 more layer of stone bricks in a 1 to 2 pattern. If you're a veteran in my tutorials, you will recognize this as a standard Roman technique that I use. So over here we have one of our now finished corridors. You can feel free to roof the entire thing over with cobble at this level. We do have some diorite up here at the top. So what you did down here for the first level, where I traced out all that diorite with the red for you, do that again up here, all the way around for the Undercroft area of the amphitheater, as you see done here. Of course, we just have straight cobblestone roofs on top of this. I didn't get really fancy with those. And of course, we have our stairway up here for the gladiators as well. And in the interior here, the roof is going to be, rather the ceiling is going to be 1 block taller than the corridors. As I said, I have left all of this hollow in here for you to create redstone traps or devices or something for your friends whenever you are fighting with them on the Coliseum floor down here. Conversely, if you don't want that, you could, at this level, possibly flood the entire thing. And maybe you'd have to seal off the doors and everything around here if you did that, I think. If you wanted to have a boat battle instead. Because, believe it or not, there's evidence that the Coliseum at times was flooded for mock sea battles. So let me continue to give you a view around here of the exterior. I don't know if I covered all of that. We have the doorways over here for those. And of course we have our center line running through that point there as well. So let me give you a good top-down view of all that. Of that quadrant, and now of the entire thing here. All right, and let's start with the top-down view of the next phase. As you can see, we're going to start installing the arena floor, which is going to be done with sand. Of course, if you want a different material for your arena floor other than the sand, you may make a substitution there. Over here, all of your column drums, 2 blocks, diorite on all the tops of those. I believe the total of those is probably going to be 6. We'll take a look at that in the next phase. So over here on where you did all the stone bricks, as I said, 2 blocks of cobblestone on top of that, on the exterior walls, all the way around straight up, according to what you have done previously. And on the inside here, we're building these corridors and these stairs straight up as well. The diagonal ones continue to be rather messy, like you see done here. And this blends really well. So let me knock out some of the cobble here so you can see the pattern on that with how the stairs are interlocking in sort of a little chevron shape that we have going on right there. And in here, of course, we have the now completed entrance for our gladiators to rise up to the arena floor right here. And their entrance is done like this here, with just a couple of stairs around that. And then below all this sand, we have a solid floor of obsidian, like you see done here. So you want to fill in above the diorite here, once you built that there. You then want to fill in an entire layer of obsidian, or conversely with a blackstone or possibly cobblestone. If you don't want to collect all of this obsidian, but if you don't and you use TNT, you will blow up your arena floor, so just be aware of that. And we have already traced all of that out before, I believe. So I think you're just placing the obsidian directly on top of that, but just in case I haven't, to make that clear. So here for the entrance for the arenas, for the gladiators, you want to go 3 blocks in total for that, and then 2 blocks of obsidian, then 2, 1, 1, 1. Well, how many is that diagonal? 5 diagonal, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then a straight run of 1, 2, 3, 13 blocks, and then 4 again, 3, 2, 2, 5 diagonal, 2, 2 again, and then 3 here for that. So just here you got all that correct. Right there, and a top-down view of the entire thing, this level here. All right. Once you have done that, we will be finishing our columns. So as I said, they are going to be what? 6 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall of diorite, all the columns. And then on top of that, we will be putting on our Corinthian capitals. And the entire phase, all 3 levels of this are done in the Corinthian order, by the way. I didn't alternate with Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian like the actual Colosseum is. I just went straight Corinthian. So for this to replicate our acanthus leaves, we will, of course, be using the upside-down cobblestone stairs. And behind that, you're extending the walls straight up, just like you have with, you did the cobblestone here. You're alternating again for the stone bricks here, and then another layer of cobble. So remember, we did cobble, stone bricks, cobble, stone bricks, and we're going to be doing cobble again in a 1-to-2 ratio like that for exterior decoration. So you're just extending all that straight up directly on top of what you already built, all the way around. Continuing to construct the entranceways along here. And along the side here, this one flares out a little bit because we're about to build one of the ambulatory passageways around the side there. And over here as well for that one. That one's just straight, so it's quite easy to build. Over here, are the doorways for our gladiators. And of course, I have a ring of obsidian also that extends up past the floor down here. This extends up for additional 2 blocks all the way around the Colosseum, so that if you are using any explosives or anything down there, that they don't destroy the walkway for you to get around your Colosseum, because we can't have the gladiators down here escaping from the arena floor. That'd be really bad. All right, so let's take a look at all of this from the top down. It's a lot of work, but it's very repetitive work, so it doesn't take that long to explain. All right. Next phase over here, we are going to be beginning to build the lowermost portion of some of the seats, and also for the Emperor's throne. We'll get to that in a moment. Out here, you are building another layer of upside down now stone brick stairs for the last layer of the Corinthian capitals for our acanthus leaves, as you see done here. On top of that, you then want to do a solid ring of cobblestone for the entablature. And I should probably trace this out actually. So starting from here, this is where our center line is, by the way. So starting from that, we're going to count to the side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Then 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2 diagonal, 2, 2 diagonal again, 2, 2 diagonal yet again, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, third 3, 6, 5, 7, 8 blocks there, and this 8th block here, this should be the center line again that I keep talking about that runs through the 99 block wide section of your base. Like that there. And then behind that, you then want to extend this ring on top of your columns all the way around, like you see done here. So let me just show you that from the top down here, and the whole thing here from the top down. And I believe there's a small detail around here we need to take a look at. So for this, the stone bricks are now beginning to overhang the cobble that we did here. So we built up to here in the last phase. You're building another band of cobble all the way around. But then on top of that, you're hanging out a layer of stone bricks. And the block counts for these, this is going to be exactly the same as this original ring that I traced that for you down here. So you can see it's sitting on the top of that. So this block right here will correspond to that block there. So since you've already built that, you're just overhanging that back again to the original dimensions. And let's take a little walkway up through here so you can see how this is done. So at this level, this is the level we built down here last time. So we are now going to be working on the little ambulatories, the little passageways around underneath the seats to help people navigate and get in and out of the Colosseum. And I think we're going to, let's take these from the inside out, since we've already established the obsidian here, those block counts. So we have our center line from the 88 block wide face over here. We're going to start there on top of our gladiator's entrance here. So from that block there, we then want to count out to the side 3 blocks. And then from that, well, I've actually already done that. We have on top of the obsidian, you then want to just put a ring of stone bricks. But behind that, in general, for 2 blocks of gap, we're then going to start putting these seats. And well, that was going to be the best way to describe this. I think the first thing I'm going to do is just go from the top down and show these to you in profile for those of you that prefer to have that this view. And then I'm going to make some block counts with the red wool to show you that as well for those of you that prefer that method. And of course over here we can see the foundation for the Emperor's box. Now this is where we introduce a non-symmetry into the building. The entire area that comprises the Emperor's box, this is unique and different from this area over here, which is just a standard amount of seating. So if we didn't have the Emperor's box here, this would look like this section over here. So let me show you that from the top down. So this is the other side of that, directly across from the Emperor's box seat, as you see done here. And I think all of the double smooth stone brick slabs that we have around here are fairly high contrast enough that you should be able to see these without me directly counting them out. I mean, there's just combinations of what, 2, 3, and 4 in these. Like you see done here, but I want to go rather slow on this. And of course we have the Emperor's box here. We have this 1 quartz slab, which is of course his seat. And we have the 2 blocks of diamonds behind that for his throne chair. Of course, as I said, you may want to swap these blocks of netherrack out with campfires, just so the awning doesn't go up in flames. But in case it does, just break out your fiddle and make sure you have that on hand. Alright, so let me give you views back here of the passageways. We need to go kind of slow on this phase to get everything properly described. And a view of the other side of the passageways there. And of course, the passageways behind the Emperor's box are all identical to the ones over there. I don't think I needed to change these very much for that. Like so. And now let us make some block counts. So let's take from our 88 block wide face, let's bring in the center line. And I should count that out. So from this block here, which we already placed, we have 2 blocks of air. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks there. 1 block here. 2, 3, And then we have some stairs over here to get up to the next layer of seats. 2 blocks for that. And 1, 2, 2, 1. A diagonal of 4. We have more cobblestone stairs here. 3 of those arranged in the next ramp up for that layer of seats. A diagonal of 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 3. Some of this is diorite here over the doorway here, by the way. 2, 2, 1. And then a 2 block gap here for some more cobblestone stairs for the next tunnels up there. 2, 4, 3, 2 more gaps for these stairs here. 2, 1, and then 3 here. And of course we have our other center line that's running over back that way. Alright, so there is that arc in the red from the top down. And then let's trace out the inner layer. So skip 3 blocks here. Place 2, 3, 2, 2, and then a diagonal of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. And then for our passageway here, we have 2 blocks of diorite here, and the rest of that back here is seating. We do have some stone bricks for dividers along here for that. Of course, we have a few blocks here for the passageway there. Now I'll just give you a good top-down view for the arrangement for the seat pattern here. I mean, this is so few blocks, and they all have this nice outline with the double slabs. I think that's fairly easy to see, so it doesn't require counting out. From here, we then want to go 2 blocks that way. Place 1 block here, 1 here, and 1 back here. And then 3, 1, 4, 5, 4. And then back here, 3 more for the Emperor's box. 2 here for these stairs. Then some dividers here to separate off the plebeians over here from the Emperor himself. Alright, so I think that this has been described in good enough detail for long enough for you to be able to replicate that. So let us move on to this next phase over here. And at this layer, we're going to be completing 1 layer of the colonnade around the amphitheater. So to finish off the entablature, on top of the cobblestone, that ring that I traced out for you last time, we then want to go around and place a ring of diorite directly on top of that, all the way around the ellipse. And once you have done that, you then want to outline the entire thing with another block of cobble on top of that, just straight on top of the diorite, like you see here. And then we want to have upside down stone brick stairs. This is serving as the cornice for our entablature, as you see done here, and you want to bend it all the way around. In other words, you don't want to do it like that. You want to have it bend out all the way around in a zigzag pattern for the upside down stairs, all the way around according to the same pattern for the entablature all the way around the ellipse. Not too difficult to explain, but it's going to be a bit of work. Underneath that, you then want to just put in stone bricks to cap off the ceiling here. Just straight in front of that, just a solid layer of stone bricks to connect with that, like you see done here. And then on top of that, just put a solid sheet of cobblestone. And behind that, we then want to now go and take a look at the seating arrangements. So here is a completed view of the entranceway with the center line running in from the 88 block wide face right here. I keep wanting to reference the 88 and the 99 so you don't get confused about which way we're facing. as you see done here. And here's a view again of the seats. It's just one more bank of seats here, and then we have stone bricks behind that. And I think I'll trace that out in a moment. Let me show it to you first for those of you that don't need the tracing. And of course here a view of the Emperor's box with his now completed throne chair. And all the quartz and diamonds I had you collect, this is what you're using that for. We have to make his throne chair special, of course. And a view behind here of that. And let's go quickly take a look at the other side of what the seats would look like without the Emperor's box. And then all that from the top down here. And let me trace out this arc here. So from this point here, which is going to be above the lintel of our, well, let's just count that out from the exterior, I think. So from the exterior here, it's going to be on top of our column right there. From this point here, where our center line is, we want to count in. From the stone bricks here, we want to count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16 blocks to get to that point there. Then count over 3, 1, well, 3, and then 2 here for that, for the divider along here. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. 2, and then 1, a bit more here for that divider. 2, 2, 2. 2, and then 2 that way, and then 2 that way. 4, 4, 2, and then just a straight run here till you hit the center line, running through the 99 block wide face. Right there. So at this point, I should also give you a view of the underneath of what should now be the completed tunnels for you to access the seats here. So this is, we're starting over here, of course, at the 88 block wide face, and we're going to be going clockwise. Now I'll give you views of what this looks like under here. It's just really cobblestone. So it's not difficult. If you get a couple of blocks off one way or the other, from how I have designed it here, that is completely fine. Just cut passageways that will allow you to walk around underneath your seats. The exact shape is not that important, really. That there. Along through here again, we have quite a lot of these. And then this is down behind the Emperor's throne here. And of course, he has his own direct entranceway to get in and out of the Colosseum, flanked by his guards, of course. And that is going to be all of that from the top down here. Well, that's going to be all the time we have for today. I think we're going to need one additional part to this tutorial to finish it off. So I hope you are enjoying building the Roman amphitheater thus far, and I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.